the time of the first census in 1950, Pakistan only had a literacy rate of 14%. Today, the literacy rate is 56.4%. While having only half of the people able to read and write seems like a small number, that means Pakistan has had a 400% increase of literacy over the past 66 years. That kind of hike can't be duplicated in the future, but it will continue to go up. In the cities, most children attend school, and more of those in the tribal areas are beginning to attend. Pakistan has been placing an emphasis on education in recent years, and with that kind of push, it might be feasible to see the literacy rate jump another 25% in the next 20 years, bringing the literacy rate to 70%, which is still quite a bit below the United States literacy rate today. More and more children are attending madrasas and getting an education.
Right now, there are between 12,000 and 40,000 madrasas in the world. The teachings in each of those vary. Yes, they all supposedly teach the same subjects like tafsir, interpretation of the Holy Quran, hadith, thousands of sayings of Prophet Muhammad, fiqh, the Islamic law, and the Arabic language. But there is currently no streamlined curriculum that regulates what is actually being taught in madrasas. With a unified body that regulates education and streamlines the curriculum that is actually being taught, these children learning and being raised in these madrasas will actually have a fighting chance at being well-rounded adults. With a board of individuals whose goals are to teach proper principles and keep the sanctity of child innocence, they will be able to create a body of children who will grow up to do fantastic things.
Currently, much of the country is unable to read and write. Not only does this cause the people to be persuaded by every whim and demand of dictators or separatist groups, it keeps the poor poor. Those who struggle, rummaging through garbage for food, have no chances for improvement. Shopkeepers keep record through tally marks, and everyday people cannot read signs in the streets, the newspaper, television, or even the fine print on buses or airplanes. As all citizens in Pakistan are educated, they will find immense satisfaction and independence in their lives. They will be able to search and find answers to their problems, making educated decisions on government, military, as well as in their communities and homes. Shopkeepers can increase their sales and profit. The poor will have opportunities to obtain careers and jobs they wouldn't have known otherwise. This affects generations. This expands the country's influence throughout the world.
As we look at reforming women's rights, we can see that the women's rights are becoming more and more as the years go by, meaning they are getting a lot more rights as the world evolves and as they see other countries being successful by doing this. Many changes have taken place to actually put an emphasis on this movement, especially over in Pakistan. It would be, things such as schools, allowing the women to go to schools, allowing them to be able to think for themselves and to engage in personal study. The main thing that took place was the assassination of Bhutto. In a recent article, it stated, "A melding of the traditional social welfare activities of the women's movement and its newly revised political activism appears to have occurred. Diverse groups, including the Women's Action Forum, the All Pakistan Women's Association, the Pakistan Women's Lawyers Association, and the Business and Professional Women's Association, are supporting small-scale projects throughout the country that focus on empowering women. They have been involved in such activities as instituting legal aid for indigent women, opposing the gendered segregation of universities, and publicizing and condemning the growing incidence of violence against women. The Pakistan Women Lawyers Association has released a series of films educating women about their legal rights. The Business and Professional Women's Association is supporting a comprehensive project inside Yaki Gate, a poor area inside the walled city of Lahore, and the Orangai Pilot Project in Karachi has promoted networks among women who work at home, so they need not be dependent on middlemen to acquire raw materials and market the clothes they produce. Through these organizations and movements, women in Pakistan are becoming an equal person in Pakistan. And as they move forward with these programs, you're going to find that the income of these women is going to rise substantially. Therefore, the education is the key to the success of the women in Pakistan.